and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming. This is a complete walkthrough for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, originally released on the SNES, which is a port of the arcade game played on the Cowabunga collection. You choose one of the 4 turtles and you are locked in that choice. I chose to have 10 lives at the start to give me breathing room just in case. I might just have done it with the normal 3 lives. You still get 3 continues, I believe, and it doesn't affect the achievement or trophy in the Cowabunga collection. You can attack with basic combos, jump, you can jump and attack, run and do a dash move. If you hold the jump and attack button, you will do a special move and it will use up 1 bar of health. In the first level, you will face purple foot soldiers. They are unarmed and all types of foot soldiers can grab you from behind, and you will lose health and be open to attack. You will face blue foot soldiers with psi-type weapons. Red foot soldiers will throw shurikens at you. Obstacles in this level are a giant construction ball and a giant version of Krang's exosuit firing lasers at you. All obstacles can hurt enemies as well, so use this as an advantage. Pizza boxes will refill your health, so always make sure you don't grab it unless you really need it, and try to fight in the area and then grab the pizza before moving on. You can hit things like traffic cones and fire hydrants to defeat enemies in their path. Oil drums can be hit, and you have to get out of the way quickly, as after a few seconds it will explode and take any nearby enemies with them.
Big Apple, 3 a.m. Pizza time! Time.
The boss for this level is Baxter Stockman. He fires his gun, jump over the bullets and jump attack him. The best time to attack him is when he lands on the ground, so you can get a few combos. Halfway he will change guns to a sticky literal handgun that tries to grab you. The second scene, new enemies you have to face are blue foot soldiers, can now carry swords, which has a good reach. Roadkill Rodney robots that will grab you with a wire that comes out of their chest. They are fast robots and take several hits to defeat. Orange foot soldiers that will jump and throw several daggers at you.
Pizza time. Oh, shellshock. Pizza time.
Metalhead is the boss of Scene 2. The best method to defeat Metalhead is go in and attack twice quickly, and then back away before he attacks you with his extendable limbs. Occasionally he will back up and fire lasers at you, which you jump over and keep attacking in small attacks. Scene 3 is more of a bonus level than a proper level, and it will have a boss at the end. You will be on a hoverboard, and there will be foot soldiers on their own hoverboards, and it just takes one hit to defeat them. If you miss, they will just disappear. As it's a bonus level, you rack up points, defeating enemies, and collecting the yellow question mark boxes, which refills your health and gives you points. You will have to dodge red spikes in the water, and gates that will open and shut. When you see a gate, zoom to the right to avoid getting damaged, and pizza monsters will jump out and attack you.
Pizza time. Pizza time.
The boss for Scene 3 is the Rat King. He drives a vehicle and it will shoot missiles at you. To damage the boss and avoid the missiles is to constantly stay in the middle. When he backs off, he will lay those red spiky traps, so you back off and then avoid the spikes, and when he finishes, go back to attacking. This scene will add Mousers to face in the game. They are small and weak, but they will clamp on your arm and you have to tap the buttons to shake them off. When you see pizza boxes with bombs on them, that gives you invincibility for about 5 seconds with a powerful move that defeats any enemies that go near you. So whenever you see one, make sure there's lots of enemies around to get the most out of it.
Oh, shellshock. Pizza time.
Toka and Razor are two of the bosses you face in Scene 4, and be careful, you can get damaged by the electric fence. Razor, the wolf-looking boss, he has a flame attack and slashes you with his claws. Toka the turtle has an ice breath which freezes you. Aim for one boss. I was attacking Toka, and Razor wanted to get defeated first by moving into me all the time. This area is your classic elevator level. Save the pizza until you really need it. You will face white foot soldiers carrying nunchuck weapons, and the hardest foot soldiers in the game. Pink foot soldiers that carry defensive block weapons, and most moves you do, they block them, and no harm is done to them. You have to try to defeat them from behind, or using your specials the quickest and easiest method to do.
Pizza time.
The boss for Scene 4 is Shredder riding a mechanical robot. He will appear on the screen and will target you with a reticule, and when he locks onto you, he will fire at you, so always move, especially when the reticule turns red. Also, he will use the robot arms to do you damage, so always keep moving. To defeat Shredder, you have to throw foot soldiers at the robot to do this. Attack one of the many unlimited foot soldiers only once, and then quickly press down and attack, and you will throw the foot at Shredder.
Oh, shellshock.
In Scene 5, you will face pterodactyls that throw bombs, so avoid these by watching the shadows on the ground. Blue foot soldiers will start to carry large axes, and they have a good range on them. Stone warriors will appear, and they will run in with a shoulder barge, and they can do a running shoulder barge again. If you don't defeat them quickly, they are more hardier than foot soldiers. Yellow foot soldiers will come in, throw bombs, and disappear again, and you'll have to avoid a few dinosaurs running in and out again. boss for Scene 5 is Slash. He is the toughest boss in the game so far, and what you have to do is to get behind him to attack him, so he's very good at attacking you first when you're trying a frontal attack.
Oh, shellshock. Oh, shellshock.
In Scene 6, you'll have to watch out for planks on the ship that hit you in the face. You can spot these as little brown knots on the floor. New enemies that appear are green foot soldiers. These are armed with bow and arrows and always make these a priority in battle, and stone warriors can carry heavy weapons that fire at you.
Oh, shellshock. Pizza time.
The bosses for Scene 6 is Bebop and Rocksteady. Sometimes they take turns in attacking, and sometimes they attack together. Rocksteady is the hardest out of the two. He has a fencing sword, which has a high range when he attacks with it. And Bebop has a whip, but you can attack him straight on, and he rarely catches you with the weapon, unlike Rocksteady. Stay in the bottom right and face them when they take turns, and when it's both of them, take the one you feel has taken most of the damage, but going for Bebop will be the easiest.
Bury my shell at Wounded Knee.
In Scene 7, hidden barrels will knock greatly into enemies. New enemies to face are red soldiers that has a chained weapon with a blade at the end and has a medium range, and most times they are either side of you, so jump attacks are effective.
Pizza time. Pizza time.
The boss of Scene 7 is Leatherhead, and he is a fairly easy fight. When you attack him 3 times, he will go on all fours and crawl around, which he can't be damaged, and he will throw knives at you. Jump over to him to quickly hit him 3 times, and repeat the process. Scene 8 is another bonus-like round, and then you will face a boss at the end. You are on a hoverboard, and you get points for defeating foot soldiers who just mainly stand their ground. The yellow ones do throw bombs. You will face foot soldiers on flying vehicles with mounted machine guns, and you have to do jumping attacks to defeat them. The question marks are health and gives you points.
Pizza time. Pizza time. Pizza time.
The boss for Scene 8 is Krang in his exosuit with added wings. He flies back and forth, and it's best to be on him and attacking him constantly. And you will avoid most of his attacks, which is missiles from his body. He will disappear, and you will have to avoid bombs from above. Scene 9 is the last proper level. You will face turrets that you jump over and defeat from behind, and new enemies to face are small robots called robot walkers, which are weak but can stun you with their ray guns. Obstacles you have to watch out for is a hexagonal grid that lights up that can damage you. You have to remain on the left and defeat the foot, and you will have to fight on the grid and avoid the lighted squares that damage you. Steel balls are in this level as well to avoid, and finally lasers you will have to jump over. The boss for C9 is Krang in a small spaceship. He does a bubble attack from the left and right ports of the spaceship, so avoid them in battle. When he's low, attack the middle to damage him. When he flies high, he will drop robot walkers, and you will have to jump attack to damage him. Another attack he does is bounces with a spaceship, which will squash you.
Oh, shellshock. Oh, shellshock.
The final boss of the game is Super Shredder, and he will be surrounded by one of 3 colours of shield, and each different colour means he's going to do a different attack, so stay close to him, either below or above him, and as soon as he does his special attack, attack him until he puts his shield up again. Blue shield is his easiest attack to avoid. He throws projectiles in the air, so you don't jump and then attack him. Red shield, he will throw a flame attack in front of him, again, easy to avoid when you are above him or below him. Green shield, he will throw a green fireball, again in front of him. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, where there are more complete retro walkthroughs plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases. Thanks for watching.